Welcome back to Angel with Scaly Wings. Let's get back into things, shall we? So, I kind of want to keep meeting with Bryce. I think that makes most sense. And I'm hoping that if I become friendly enough towards Bryce, that I'll be able to stop him from dying to an IED later in the game. So that'd be nice. Although we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's go, Bryce. Anna's dead, so I can't go talk to her anymore. We're on the beach in the middle of the night. Interesting. There you are, Kaiser. Seems like you're the last one. I thought I was on time. Oh, you are. It's just that everyone always gets so excited about this that they come a little earlier. I thought it was strange how late you were holding this little get-together anyway. It's temporarily. Now we get all of the beach to ourselves. Before you go and meet the others, I should probably warn you. What is it? There's someone here that you may not approve of. And who would that be? Maverick. Why is he here? All things considered, I think it's better for him to be here where I can watch him than if he was out there doing who knows what. You know what I mean. Besides, if I invited you and not him, I'm not sure how he would react it. He's always come to my barbecues before. Plus, maybe if I talk to him, I could find out what he's up to. Does he know that I'm here? Yes, and he assured me that he will keep the peace. Can you do the same? Yeah, sure. Thanks, I appreciate it. Let's just hope there won't be any incidents. Alright, let's go and meet the others. As we walked a few paces, I saw some familiar faces. Usually there'll be more people here, but with everyone else that's going on, some of the others at the department couldn't get any time off. Hey everyone, guess who's finally here? You may remember Zhong, the waiter at the bar. Oh, Kaiser. Hey. Sebastian without his hat. Oh my god. Oh, Sebastian's adorable without his hat. Hey, Kaiser. Hey, Kaiser. Hey, Maverick. Alright, let's get this barbecue started. I don't see a grill or anything here. And where's the firewood? You see that pile of stones over there? That's our grill. And firewood? Well, we don't need that. I see. So who shall light the fire? I can make my own this time. Very subtle, Sebastian. No need to be subtle about it. Zhong, your fire stunk up the whole area last year and made everything taste weird. I didn't notice a difference. Yeah, because everything tastes same to you, Maverick. I told you I had the flu. I'm pretty sure you gave us more than just your fire. I think we got some of your spit in there too. Yeah, because I had the flu. Everything was congested, so so it was hard to get anything out at all. You're not making this any better. Excuses, excuses. I'm just telling you how it is. Besides, it wasn't even my idea to light the fire. You were all like, oh, Zhong never lit the fire. He should do it. Don't blame me for getting what you wanted. Yeah, and we learned our lesson. Zhong, not even once. You wouldn't be so complaining so much if it weren't for the flu I had. Maybe I should light it again this time to prove you wrong. No thanks. Last year was bad enough. Why don't you do it, Bryce? I'm not sure if I'm feeling up for the task. Why doesn't Kaiser do it? I like that idea. Yes, let's let Kaiser do it. It seems to be a unanimous decision here. Go ahead, Kaiser. Show us what you got. Suddenly they all looked at me, clearly expecting me to light the fire for them. Yeah, I don't suppose you have any matches? They probably don't even know what the fuck a match is. They were all still watching me, not moving or batting an eye, when suddenly, laughter erupted. Okay, guys, I get it. The joke's on me. Should have seen your face. Yeah, it was great. Don't pay any heed to them. They're always like this. Yeah, I noticed. Seriously though, who should light the fire? You really want to do it, don't you, Seb? Is it that obvious? Just go ahead then. We already agreed Zhong is not doing it. Hey, I told you I could prove you wrong this time. Yeah, let's not ruin our barbecue 2 years in a row. Maybe next year then. I don't feel up for it this year, and with Maverick's aim, he probably shouldn't either. I'd rather not risk anything. I can hit you anytime. Sure, but we just wanted to have a barbecue, and I'll set the whole beach on fire. Besides, Sebastian's fire always makes the food so crisp and smoky. I like that. Any objections? Nope. Me neither. Master of Ceremony, would you light the fire, please? It's not an easy job, but someone's gotta do it. Sebastian went up to the small bed of stones they had prepared. Since his back was towards me, I couldn't exactly see what he did, but a few seconds later, a fire started burning among the stones. There we go. Well done, Sebastian. My pleasure. Alright, everyone, pick your poison. Just to get you up to speed, Kaiser, we've got pretty much everything here you can ask for. Of course, we all have varieties of meat, but we also have some vegetables and cheese if you're into that sort of thing. We even got some of that algae stuff we usually bring for Naomi, one of the girls at the department, but she couldn't come tonight. Just help yourself and throw it on the fire. Sebastian always gets some veggies with his meat, whereas Jean goes totally crazy over the cheese stuff. Now that I think about it, maybe it was just that damn cheese that made everything so bad last time. Oh, shut up, or else I'll force feed you some of it. No thanks, keep your cheese yourself, please. What was I? Alright, I go for the meat personally. As I said, that algae is normally for Naomi. She really likes that stuff. But she's one of the water kind, so that's not too surprise. I tried it myself once, not really my kind of thing. But feel free to take some if you want to. And then there's Maverick. He just eats whatever he can get into his muzzle. A few years ago, a sandstone managed to hide between some slabs of meat he got. He didn't even notice and just kept on munching. Yeah, but that was with Bryce's cooking, so I couldn't tell the difference. Why, you? After all us made our selection put on the fire, we sat down in a circle around it. Of course, Bryce made sure that Maverick and I were not sitting next to each other. So Bryce, how's that stint with Emera going for you? It's weird. I'm not even really doing anything. I just have to follow her around and stand guard in her office. But what's worse, I think I found out why she wanted me to do the whole thing in the first place. Oh, do enlighten us. It's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. Now you definitely have to say it. Alright. The real reason why she wants me around her so much is that she totally has the hots for me. Oh, come on. Seriously? You wish. You all know what she's like in public, right? But as soon as it's only the two of us in the room, she's like a totally different person. It's unreal. I mean, I believe that she's different in private, but still. Of course, Bryce. When you make up a story, just going out with a high-ranked politician is enough. Obviously, you just can't resist your manly allure. But it's true. I'm not even interested in her. For one, she isn't really my type, and regardless if it's her public or private persona, her personality really sucks. What was that about sucking? Oh, shut up. If no one of you wants to believe me, I'll just stop before I get into really bad stuff. I can actually affirm that she does act a totally different person when she doesn't think she's being watched by the general public. Interesting. Okay, Bryce, why don't you tell us more? What exactly does she like about you? What's not to like about me? We get it, Bryce. Let's just change the subject. It's true, I swear. Then give us some details. What's she like in private? It all started innocently enough. But as I told you when we were alone, she started to get kind of weird after a while. She wasn't even remotely subtle about it either. Once even the words cavity search came up from her. Mind you, not me. Oh, come on. I can't even listen to this anymore. And then later, she was suddenly like, oh, my back is so stiff. Would you mind giving me a massage? You look like you have the proper strength to give me a good one. It's like she's not even trying to hide it. Did you give it to her? Of course not. I told her I'm no good with massages. That's the truth. Who would have thought? Do you really believe him, Seb? I'm not judging, just listening. Emera wanting to give you her massage hardly constitutes her having the hots for you, though. I'm not even done yet. Well, I'm done with this. Earlier today, she told me how nice it would be for a child to grow up with 2 leaders for parents. Actually, I don't think even Bryce could have come up with that one on his own. I'm not buying it. Hey, at least you believe me, right, Kaiser? Yeah, sure. Bryce is big, manly, and I don't like Emera, so I do. I can totally picture Emma acting like that. See, I told you, if Geyser believes me, it must be true. Can't argue with that logic. Maybe it's just the alcohol talking. I didn't even have anything yet. Sure, but with as much as you drink, your blood is like at least 10% beer by now. I bet you can't even get completely sober anymore. Anyway, what do you think I should do about her? Nothing, because you made up the whole thing in the first place. If I don't do anything, I'll probably end up having to marry her or something. And at that point, your story would actually be credible. Why don't you just tell her to stop? It's not that easy, considering our positions. Even though I'm the chief, there's nothing I can do to prevent her from pulling me off the case and making me into her personal bodyguard. If I tell her off too strongly, she could totally make me a professional life a nightmare. And she totally would. I see. So this is a situation that requires careful deliberation and subtlety. Not exactly your strong suits, Bryce. That's why I'm asking you lots. Not that you're much better, though. Maybe you should play along for a while, just see what happens. And then, once the time is right, you strike. And strike refers to what exactly? I'm not going to indulge her in any way, shape, or form. Ugh, this is kind of a situation that is going to cause a huge uproar if I include it in my memoir. So who's going to read your memoir anyway? Well, I know at least one person. Geyser, what do you think I should do? Just play along, see what happens. Seriously, you think I should string her along? Well, you said she could make your professional life a nightmare. But if you play along a little, maybe the opposite is true as well. Not a bad idea now that I think about it. That kind of makes me curious, though. How does dating work in this world, considering there are so many sentient species around here? Is dating between different species encouraged? Maybe that's why Emma is so interested. Is there ever any crossbreeding? I'm sure those questions will go over well in this group. Crossbreeding, that's funny. Well, there isn't any crossbreeding. It doesn't work like that. Besides, I thought you were into biology, so shouldn't you already know where hatchlings come from? Well, you're a completely different life form from what I've seen before, so I didn't want to take any assumptions. There aren't many interspecies couples, though. And what happens if those couples want to have a child? There are plenty of options, though usually it's either adoption or a child where only one of the parents is biologically related. Emra totally wants my children, though. Don't you want to be a father? Heck no, I'm not ready for that. I wouldn't even know what to do with a hatchling. I'd probably end up breaking its neck by accident or something like that. What about you, Kaiser? What about me? Are you having any hots for someone here, as Bryce would put it? To be honest, I have no idea what that kind of relationship would be viewed where I came from. Since we only have one sentient species, I'm not sure what sort of social norms we developed if that changed. Technically speaking, you'd be dating one of us is no different than Emma dating Sebastian, for example. Hey, I'm not getting between the beautiful thing Emma and Bryce has going on. If you ask me, you can do whatever you like, as long as you're here, knock yourself out. Actually, Kaiser's been hanging out with you a lot, Bryce. Awkward. So what? Kaiser is a cool person in my book. Or do any of you disagree? Not me. No comment. By the way, I think the food should be ready now. Good catch. Slowly everyone shuffled towards the fire, which by now had become nothing more than an eerily glowing pile that illuminated the area. One by one, everyone took their hot food from the stone bed and placed it on their provided paper plates and bowls. Paper plates and bowls. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. When it was my turn, I hesitated, because I could still feel the heat radiating from the stones. Something the matter? I think it might be too hot for me to handle. Right, no scales. Let me get that for you. There you go. Thanks. We resumed our positions in the circle around the glowing stones, and I waited for my meal to cool down while the others started eating. Yep, crisp and smoky. Good job, Sebastian. Don't mention it. Really, it's good. I'm still not sure how you could eat that cheese stuff, Zhong. Are you going to make fun of my food choices again? To be fair, we make fun of everyone and everything here. I don't mind the cheese. You wouldn't mind eating the whole bed of stones and everything on it as well. At least I try something different every once in a while. I do too. I think there are at least 5 different kinds of meat this time around. Case in point. The food remaining on the stones slowly disappeared as everyone got their additional helpings. Soon even the last piece was gone and silence started to set in as the banter slowly died down. I think it's time for me to leave. What? Already? Hey, the babysitter can only stay so long. Oh well. Yeah, I should also be heading off. You know, I'm starting early tomorrow. Well, I guess we all got what we came for. What about you, Maverick? Looks like this party is over anyway. Don't you all get lost in the dark then? Of course. And until next year. Thanks for inviting me, Bryce. I suppose I should be heading off as well. Oh, no you don't. What are you talking about? Well, they all live in the vicinity, but your apartment is on the other side of town. I'm not letting you go home alone at this hour. Rez has always operated during the nights, and he may just be waiting for an opportunity like this. What do you want me to do then? You can sleep over at my place. If you insist. Damn, now everyone left without cleaning up. At least you're still here to help me. Of course. They started cleaning up together, but with the amount of trash left by 5 people, it was clear it would take a while. Hey, do you want to know where I got these scars? I bet you're curious. Go right ahead. Guess I was right, you are curious. At least they make me look extra intimidating at my job. No one's going to mess with the big rugged chief of police. You probably think I got them for some crazy near-death case, but that's only true for one of them. The other was a completely different story. Back when I was a kid, some of my friends and I always used to play outside and go adventuring together. We could go anywhere as long as it was close enough to town. Woods, mountains, beaches, we loved to explore every one of them. We got fairly familiar with our surroundings. Then one day, we heard from someone that there was a system of caves nearby. Caves! That was something completely new to us. Of course, we went there as soon as we could. We were all very excited. It wasn't a big cave system, not enough to get lost in. But we still had so much fun that day. So much, in fact, that I wanted to go back there right away. The next day, I called up a few friends, but they had a longer school day than I did. Instead of waiting for them, I decided to go alone. Turns out going exploring on my own was a little less exciting than doing so with friends. But I still had a pretty good time, and just walking through the entire underground system was quite an experience. Plus, as I was alone, I could take the time to explore every last nook and cranny that I wanted to. Maybe that was my mistake. When I was in one of the remote corners, the ground suddenly gave away, and I fell about 5 meters into the cave below. Luckily, I didn't have any serious injuries from the fall, but as I looked for another exit, an ominous realization set in. This cave had no entry or exit except the one I came in. There were a few holes, but I could never fit through any of them, or make them bigger in any way. Even if I could, I didn't know where they'd lead. In the end, I had to try and climb out on my own, but as you can imagine, it wasn't exactly the best climber in town. Even so, I still got about halfway before I lost my grip and fell down again, cutting my muzzle on the edge of the rock in the process. I bled pretty badly, but at least I knew to put pressure on the wound. I couldn't try to climb out again, however, so I waited. Oh, young Bryce is adorable. It took several hours for anyone to even notice that I was missing. I must have been out there for about 4 or 5 hours, all alone, before I heard footsteps above and a search party found me. Long story short, it turned out that besides the cave system we all knew about, there was a much larger one right underneath. Those caves can only be entered with a guide now. And I got this lovely reminder of that experience on my muzzle. I had plenty of time to think while I was down there, and later in life I often returned to that experience. At first, it made me want to get stronger, but I realized that strength alone wouldn't have saved me. Our kind will probably never be able to climb much at all, but I can at least try to better myself. I guess the whole experience also kind of explains why I'm building those stupid wooden models now. Feeling so helpless while I waited down there, it also made me realize I wanted to help others. Having been saved by police showed it a lot to make me want to follow the same path. Turns out I was good enough to even become chief. Guess that's all of the trash. Thanks for the help. I suppose I'll have to tell you about the second scar some other time. Let's head back now, shall we? Sure. Looks like it's already later than I thought. We'd better head to sleep soon. Alright. You may know something about the map that Dean wanted. I need this map. Would you know about it? Before I forgot, there was something I wanted to ask you about. Sure, what is it? It's about the underground building you found. Right, we can't have any visitors there at the moment, or we probably have shown you the place by now. Elizabeth should tell you to look at all the stuff we have about it in the archives. He did, but I didn't get around to check it out yet. Maybe you could do so some other time. We should really get some sleep now, though. You can take the couch, and I'll just sleep on the floor or something. Don't you have a bed? Oh, this is just a temporary arrangement. I wanted to be closer to work, and the new apartment wasn't ready yet, so I have to stay here for a while. I see. With all this armor, I barely even feel anything, so it doesn't matter what I sleep. Last time I did something like this, got me kicked out. I think I'm good enough friends with Bryce. There's no need for you to sleep on the floor. What do you mean? The couch is big enough for both of us. It is, but I didn't know if you... Well, if you say so. There's your bed, your highness. I'll take care of the light. There we go. Are you even able to sleep in those clothes of yours? It looks kind of uncomfortable. We usually have a separate set of clothing we wear during the night, or just take off a few layers. I see. Well, it's not like I could take a layer off. Except this little blanket here. Is it okay for you to sleep like this? Yeah. Well, good night then. Good night, Bryce. Looks like I have some free time today. Just cuddling up with Bryce. Nope. Now I have to see something I have seen before. I kind of want to make up with Remy. Because I feel really bad about what I did for him last time. Let's go meet with Remy. He told me to meet him in the lobby, but nobody's here. Maybe I should look for him. He can't be too far after all. Records indicate that you've already experienced a satisfactory manner. No, don't skip ahead, because there are some things that I didn't do last time that I could do this time. Also, I could just be better to Remy this time around. So yeah, don't skip ahead. As you wish. It was quite a spacious building, lined with many bookcases on multiple floors from the looks of it. It seemed to be as much of an archive as it was a library, with immaculate order permeating the chamber. It was the kind of place I could see myself getting lost in an afternoon or two, thumbing through all the interesting books it could offer me. I was looking around in wonder when suddenly a voice penetrated the silence. Remy! I couldn't see who the voice belonged to, but it came from the more private area in the back. It was followed by footsteps that approached it. Oh, you're still here. Of course I'm still here. I have business to attend to. Certainly. I just assumed you'd be done by now, Emra. Guess your assumption was wrong, then. Be a good boy and bring me some coffee, will you? Of course, Emra. I heard more movement, though I still could not see either of the two who spoke behind all the bookcases. I assumed the area was off limits to a visitor like myself, and I decided to wait. Here you go. Now let me read in peace, you silly boy. Of course. I heard him walk towards my direction until he emerged from behind a bookcase and spotted me. Oh, hello, Kaiser. I didn't expect you so soon. Better be safe than sorry. Well, I'm glad to see you again at any rate. Was that Emra? Yeah. Oh. So this is where you work, huh? Most of the time, yes. That makes you a librarian, I suppose. There's a little bit more to it. I'm not just in charge of the books, I'm a scholar and study them too. For example, if the council requests knowledge on certain topics, like facts, statistics, or other information of interest, it's part of my job to research it and present it to them in an appropriate manner. So basically you're an expert on everything. No, just an expert at finding information. Anyway, was there a particular reason you wanted to meet me? You're just too damn cute, that's why. Don't say that. Either way, now that you're here, you can help me with something. I've got some books that need to be sorted over there. Alright, how do I fit them in? Alphabetically? Oh no. The arrangement you see in this library is based off a sophisticated system that sorts everything in a very intuitive manner, based on a number of criteria: genre, author, complexity, and age. As you can probably tell, you have a lot of specimens, so just sorting them out alphabetically would be far from sufficient. It sounds intuitive. It is. Basically, these 8 books you see over there were all part of the section that was moved, so they have to be sorted into their new area. The problem is their labels are so old that they start to fade away, which makes sorting them a little harder. They'll get new labels soon, but until then, we'll just have to make do with what we have here. All of them are by Hazik Akil, a writer of the subject of history, and a very prolific one, I might add. You'll find the shelf they belong to over there. Now it's just a matter of placing them in the right order, from oldest to newest. I've written down everything still legible from the old labels here. For someone like you, putting them in order shouldn't be a problem. In any case, I'll be working on something else in the meantime, so let me know once you're done. Alright. Hints. Alright, yeah. Let's just grab all the hints. Or, well, oh well. Well, I gotta look at the hints again. I accidentally got through all the hints. Alright. Doing this shit again. I don't remember the order at all, so that's great. Alright, Second War is fourth. There was one book before the First War. First War is preceded by Inception. So Inception, First War. Inception, First War. Alright, what's between First War and the fourth book, Second War? Invention is not the third, okay. Third War is preceded by Spark, but Spark is not the third book. And Third War is in the fourth, so the Enlightenment comes after Third War. I think it's, wasn't it called like the Tribe or something? Yeah, I think it's the Tribe because that's the only one that's not mentioned. Second War. Alright, show hints. Invention is not third, seventh, or last, so it could either be 5 or 6, which I'm on right now. Or, wait. Yeah, no, Second War is the fourth book, so yeah, I'm on 5th. Enlightenment comes after Third War. Third War, so it goes Spark, Third War, Enlightenment, and then Invention is somewhere in there. Alright, Enlightenment. Then, let me just double check this, because I'd prefer to get it right first try. So it goes Spark, Third War, Enlightenment. Spark, Third War. Wait. Oh, piss. Well. Yeah, I did a dumb. Let me try again. Alright. I got rid of Enlightenment at some point, and I just kept being a dumbass. Alright, more books. So it's Inception, First War. Yeah. Inception, First War. Tribe, Second War. Invention is next, I think? Yeah, Invention. And then Spark, Third War, Enlightenment. That should be it. Let's take a look then. See if you got it all right. Well done, Kaiser. Wasn't too hard. It also helps that I can actually read now, unlike last time. Or in the like alternate dimension. In any case, this box here belongs to storage. Put that away. I'll finish the last bit of sorting, and we'll be done for the day. Sure thing. Great, see you in a bit. Phew, this is heavier than I thought. Lifted the box and carried it towards its shelf. And just as I was about to reach it, I tripped suddenly, sending me to the ground, and the contents of the box spilled across the floor. Ouch! I scrambled to gather the various items, and the voice of the dragon called out to me. Is everything alright? Before I could answer, Remy came around the corner, his face bearing a look of disapproval. He stooped over and helped me pick up the spilled objects. Yeah, I'm fine. I was mainly asking about the priceless artifacts you just dropped. Yeah, sorry. Well, it doesn't look like anything's broken. This could have ended up much worse. What is all this stuff anyways? In preparation for your arrival, I wanted to study what knowledge we had on the humans. And what did you learn? Not much. The humans is a creature shrouded in mystery and legend. Yet one we apparently share some history with. Sure, dragon. Tell me I'm the mythological creature. As the story goes, we dragons were once a primitive and savage civilization, living in caves and whatnot. We found other creatures and amongst each other for resource and territory. One day, however, a human arrived who performed many miracles and gave us the gifts of electricity and reason. We refer to this event as our awakening. What happened to them? And who were they anyway? They say it was a divine creature, a supernatural being that saved our species by making peace between our clans and uniting us, as our number was dwindling from our pointless conflicts. And when the deed was done, they ascended to the heavens from where they came, or turned into a dragon and lived among us, ruling with kindness and wisdom until their eventual passing, depending on who you ask. And what do you make of the story? As unlikely as it sounds, there is evidence for sudden, unprecedented technological advancement in our timeline. We have artifacts from that time that couldn't have been built with the knowledge we had back then. I'm starting to think you already have a theory. Indeed, if you're familiar with the way the portals through which you traveled here actually work. A little bit. It's simple, really. They're spontaneous wormholes that pop into existence now and then, and their highly unstable nature means that they instantly collapse on themselves. The machinery of the portal merely stabilizes the wormhole so that we may utilize it. We actually are just taking advantage of a naturally occurring phenomenon. Fascinating. Long story short, my theory is that this legendary person stumbled upon one of these natural wormholes in the split second it existed, bringing them into our world. Being thrust into an unfamiliar world with no means to return to their own. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or just the right one, if you ask me. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today. Oh, what I would give to know more about them. How do you know so much about the portal anyways? We found it a while ago, so we've had time to study it. Not me personally, mind you, but I just followed its developments with great interest. What else have you discovered about it? Not much, I'm afraid. We didn't want to take the risk of permanent damage, so we won't do anything rash until we completely understand the technology and can replicate it for ourselves. So far the only thing it has done for us was locating your portal and connecting us to it. From the interface, it appears to have more functions, but we haven't been able to get any of them to work. We were not even sure what it is capable of until we initially turned it on. Only after some time of being active did it actually find your portal, and only then were we able to make the connection. Making that discovery must have been very exciting, especially when you made contact with us and started exchanging letters with us. Oh, you have no idea. Especially when Reza arrived and he turned out to be a human, of all things. Some people still worship them, you know. You've mentioned that before. How does that work? Do you have some kind of organized religion based around it? Not exactly. It's more like an adoration on a personal level. I'd count myself amongst them if it wasn't for the fact that I consider myself to have a more reasonable approach to it than others. For example, there are those that believe there is much more to your sudden appearance than there really is. I think they expect some sort of miracle from you, similar to what was ascribed to humans in the past. Well, there's nothing supernatural about me. That's what I expected. Either way, as a scholar, I'm looking forward to see everything your PDAs have to offer. I can show you sometime. I see. Well, don't worry about explaining them to me. I'm sure you have much more important things to do while you're here. It is just a question of time until one of them ends up with me anyway. Actually, the PDAs are one of the reasons I volunteered to come here. What do you mean? I know them pretty well. Enough to explain how they work, at least. Of course, that's far from the only reason. I just thought it'd be kind of the person who'd meet all the requirements, and it turned out I was. I see. It was nice of you to volunteer when you must have known the world would be considerable risk in coming here. You volunteered as well as you came to meet me, didn't you? I wouldn't think this kind of thing would fall under your jurisdiction regularly. It is true, but by this point my interest in these matters shouldn't surprise you. I was more surprised that I arrived under the cover of darkness to meet an ambassador, though I haven't seen much of you since. Initially they wanted to have an official reception headed by myself, but in the end they changed their minds due to security concerns, as I told you back then. I suppose this is also why I'm being escorted by the police all the time. Yeah, that was supposed to be my job too, until someone from the police department objected and advocated for more security. Better be safe than sorry, I suppose. Let me guess, that someone was Maverick? How'd you know that? Just a hunch. At least I still got to meet you. Were you nervous when you did? Only the brave or the foolish wouldn't be. I concern myself neither. I have to admit I was too. I was speechless when I first saw you, and that wasn't just a side effect of the teleportation. To be fair, I would have been as well, if we didn't already know about humans and Reza. There was a moment of silence between us as our eyes met briefly when suddenly, a loud call echoed through the building. Remy! I better go and see what this is about. Maybe better if you didn't stay out in the open. At the end of the hallway you can find my office towards the right. Wait for me there. Alright? So this is your office, Remy. So what did I not do last time? I could drink his coffee. I don't think I did that last time. I could look in the mirror. Nah, let's not be a dick. Let's just wait for him. Because I don't want to drink his coffee. That's just weird. Let's wait for a bit. Nothing happened. Oh, I actually have to do a few. Oh, do I have to actually look at his computer? Or can I just, like, wait a lot? Like, is it like I do, like, 4 things or whatever, then he shows up? Let's wait some more. Nothing happened. I'm gonna have to look at his computer, aren't I? Let's wait even longer. Alright, that was long enough. Your boredom has increased by 3 points. That'll come in handy. Okay. I have to look at his computer, don't I? Oh, no, I don't want to look at his computer. I don't want to. I know what happens if I look at his computer. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I guess I could try doing other things, like I'll drink his coffee. Still a little bit left in the cup. So stale. If it was stale coffee, probably wasn't going to drink it anyways. I don't want to look at the computer. I don't want to. It's just a mirror. Nothing special about it. Notebook. Heavy paper, perfect binding. I can tell by the cover it is not cheap stuff, but the result of quality bookmaking. Alright, let's take a peek inside. Looks like unsorted notes. His handwriting's terrible. Nope, can't make it out. Don't make me look at the computer. I don't want to look at the computer. Something wrapped in paper. It's partially eat sandwich covered in mold. I'm not gonna eat that. So I use tissues, maybe you have the flu, but dutiful as he is, he still went to work sick. Poor Remy. I don't want to look at the computer. I don't want to do it. I know what happens. I wonder if their computers are similar to ours. Let's see. Press of a button, the screen came to life, accompanied by the whole whir of a machine. After a few seconds, skull of images appeared on the screen. Just, God. Didn't want to look at the computer. I really didn't. Really didn't want to look at the computer. What the? Hey, what are you doing? I think I broke it. Oh no, let me take a look. Why did you touch the computer? I didn't have a choice. I just wanted to see what was on it. Well, whatever you did, at least it seems to be okay. Oh no, my game. What's wrong? When you touched the computer, you saw a game running, right? Yeah, I played a little. I had it saved specifically at that moment to play later, and now it's all gone. What do you mean it's all gone? So much preparation, so many hours spent grinding just to get there. I can't do all that again. You won't understand. Yeah, I do. You do? Yeah, we used to have similar games where I came from. I see. At least my office is still standing. Speaking of which, what's with the bed? It looks like you live here. When I have to work late, it's just easier to stay here. Besides, I have the knowledge of the whole library at my fingertips, and can use the resources and equipment as I please, like this computer. Don't you have one at home? No, we generally don't have this kind of technology in every household, though it's not exactly rare either. We just use it where we need it. Back home, we used to have computers everywhere. Most of us even carried one on our wrists whenever we went. Is that so? Oh, that means the library will be closing pretty soon. If you want to do or ask anything in particular, now's the time. Are you available? What do you mean by that? You know, for a relationship. That is, if you're going to ask me like that, my answer's going to be no. Anyway, thank you for your help. If there's any way I can repay you, just let me know. How about a kiss? That's not very appropriate. Have a nice evening. We parted amicably, or so I thought. Would I see him again? I wasn't sure, but I kept his number just in case. I just keep ruining it with Remy. God damn it. Oh well. Chapter 4, Loss. Should've just asked him for dinner. But no, I want to be romantic and weird about it. Oh well. That'll be it for this. And, yeah, I'll see you next time.